Hey everyone, did you miss me? Now recently India celebrated its 70th Independence Day on the 15th of August 2017. What did you do on Independence Day? Some of us I know were out there enjoying the festival season. Some were wearing tricolors, some were tweeting furiously about what's wrong with the country. I was. When I did emerge from my slumber, I started thinking about how proud we are as a nation. We're proud of our military, our culture, our diversity, our traditions, our food. But as a lawyer, you're trained to look at the weaknesses, not just the strengths. And there are a lot of holes in this fabric of our nation which other countries can take advantage of. In fact, other countries can make fun of us for some of the weakest and most ridiculous laws that we have. So, let's talk about 5 anachronistic laws that should not be existing today, but they still do. Let's talk about the first one, the Telegraph Act. Now, first of all, the Telegraph Act was passed during the British Raj, and we don't telegraph anything anymore. So, this act is completely redundant. We are closer to teleporting than telegraphing these days. But call it, clogging up of the legal drain, or just sheer laziness, or wanting to cling to an older time, the Telegraph Act is here to stay.
Hey, did you see the class schedule for this semester Oh yeah, I'll telegraph it to you. You'll get it in 1 year, tops.
The second really absurd thing that our government did was to ask for porn to be banned. Under Section 292 of the IPC, for the sake of curtailing obscenity, the Supreme Court ordered the government to block all porn sites in 2013, which the government promptly did. But as I recall, there were a couple of politicians who were caught in Parliament watching porn on their mobiles. So clearly, even our politics cannot function without porn. And blocking porn makes you a pussy. It does not mean you're tackling sexual violence.
Maybe pussy is not the right word.
For the sake of public decency, what you can try is setting up certain filters to block certain content of porn, like, rape or child abuse or animal abuse. But blocking porn altogether doesn't really help matters. In fact, the funny thing is that in India, a woman is raped every 30 minutes, but it takes approximately 3 days for my tech guy to download porn for me.
I definitely need a new tech guy.
Let's talk about another absurd law. We think that the LGBTQ community is like a unicorn. We've all heard of them. We don't think we're likely to see them. We think that they're fey woodland creatures, very mysterious. Don't lie. You want to meet LGBTQ people as much as I do. In fact, we're actually hunting for them in this country. But the moment we meet them, our reaction is universal. Under the current law, gay sex has been termed as unnatural sex. Under Section 377, it carries a punishment of imprisonment up to 10 years with fine. 10 years for loving someone. And the thing is that this section was incorporated into our Indian Penal Code during the British Raj. But Britain has legalized same-sex marriage.
That wanker put it in me arse. In India, there is only one position. You lie down, you spread your legs, and you try not to cry.
Another really weird law is that under Section 309 of the IPC, we have made attempted suicide punishable. Now, far be it for me to encourage people to commit suicide, but instead of showing compassion towards people who have reached the end of the road, who have lost all hope and see no reason to go on, we decide to put them in jail for a year. And I get that taking away life is wrong, it's illegal, and life is sacred. But shit happens and people get depressed. So, instead of focusing on mental health, the court decides to give us a lecture on how suicide is not the answer. I'm sorry, where was the court when I was looking for an answer?
So what are you in here for? Because I tried to kill myself and I'm still alive? What are you in here for? Because I tried to kill myself and I'm dead. I just wanted to make sure they're not putting me in jail for that.
Which brings me to another very weird law in India. We talk about women's empowerment and gender equality in this country. But we have to admit that there are some laws which are distinctly and unfairly slanted against men. Take section 497 of the IPC, for example, adultery. If you're a married man in India and you sleep with a married woman, then her husband can prosecute you for adultery. But women cannot be prosecuted for adultery. In fact, your wife is probably going to leave you. She's going to file for divorce on grounds of adultery. So you're going to be ending up spending 5 years in jail, or you're going to have to pay a fine. So you're either going to be destitute or poor because you couldn't keep it in your pants.
You bastard!
So that's all for this month. If you like youth-related legal issues, you can subscribe to the Lawlex YouTube channel. You can even visit the Lawlex website. I have my own personal YouTube channel where I talk about fighting violence against women and kids. So you can go check out my YouTube channel as well. That's all for this month. But I will see you next month. I'm Abha, and keep the love coming.